Don't mind me while I enjoy this homemade cream cheese frosting. Oh gosh, it's just magical. Homemade just always tastes better. And I know I'm spoiling it, but maybe not because the cost difference here. We're gonna get into that here in this latest episode in the homemade store-bought battle. Is it really worth it to make homemade cream cheese frosting? I'm gonna do the ingredient breakdown, cost breakdown. I'm gonna show you how to make this cream cheese frosting, share a couple of hacks with you, and then we'll do our final comparison, and I'll share my opinion on whether or not you should make your own cream cheese frosting, or are we just scooping and spreading right out of the canister. All right, let's get to it. Cost and ingredient comparison for cream cheese frosting. Okay, here we have this store-bought jar. There's a couple of different varieties, cost ranging between $1.79 and $4.66 for the name brand, and pretty wide variety there. This one is the one that's $2. So I picked kind of one sort of in the middle, I guess. Ingredients: sugar, high fructose corn syrup. I just want to know why. Why do we need that? Just use sugar. Cornstarch, water, and palm oil, and then all kinds of other things and colorings. Why is there yellow 5 and 6 in a white frosting? I guess they want it to look a little cream cheese and buttery, maybe. Anyways, I think this video is taking care of itself. You're gonna already know what I'm gonna say. Cost and ingredients for homemade. We have a stick of butter, $1.25, 8-ounce block of cream cheese, $1.83 to $2.50. That's the range there. About 5 cents for vanilla. I'm always doing the bulk options there. A tablespoon of milk isn't gonna be very much. And 50 cents for 2 cups of powdered sugar is my best guess prorated amount. So altogether $3.64 for homemade. I have a prediction that we are going to get a little bit more, maybe 1.5 times, because this is 16 ounces. This is 8 ounces, 8 ounces, no, 8 ounces, 4 ounces plus 2 cups. So it'll fill out to be roughly, let's see, I'm trying to do baking math. Frosting math. Can we call this frosting math? So 8 ounces plus 4 ounces plus the milk. I mean, the milk won't add much. The milk will actually really just make the powdered sugar melt in with everything else. So yeah, I think we'll get a little bit more than 16 ounces. The homemade version, however, is looking to be a bit more expensive, especially this brand and the store-bought version. So let's get to mixing this together in a bowl, and then we will do our final comparison. Let's get this homemade cream cheese frosting made. So this is a stick of butter. It is completely softened. So is this cream cheese. Chilled or cold about either of these. They have been sitting out for a little while because I wanted them to be completely softened so that they're easy to work with. Of course, you can do this in a stand mixer. I'm just gonna go old-fashioned elbow grease this time. But if you wanna use the paddle on your stand mixer, and if you want it to be aerated, slightly like a whipped frosting, you could use the whisk on your stand mixer as well. Next, I'm gonna add in 2 cups of powdered sugar. This amount is gonna make enough for a typical half sheet pan, like a cake, a sheet cake, if you will. It's gonna make enough for a 9x13 baking dish. It's gonna make enough for 24 cupcakes, or if you're doing like a full mountain pile, maybe 12 to 18 cupcakes, depending on how much you're using. If you're doing a big old cupcake swirl topper, you might need a little bit more. And it would be enough for, let's see, 1 8-inch round cake with a thin layer in the middle. So if you need more than that, you might need to adjust the quantities here. A tablespoon of milk. I really only need a teaspoon of vanilla, but I'm gonna just go ahead and use this same and do about 1/3. If you have like a vanilla bean paste, you could use, I would say, about 1/2 teaspoon of that. There's other ways that you can spice this as well. So I'm just gonna use my spinella, and just because everything is so soft, I can really just kind of cut through the butter and the cream cheese. So I'm just going to just sort of like mash and fold, and then I will be back in a minute when this has come together. I got about 3 elbow greases in, and my hands and my arthritis are like, yep, not today. This cream cheese frosting is so delicious. It's so smooth. That's the other reason I thought this stand mixer will get it smoother. And it's so good. It just tastes amazing. Like, it really is just delightful. It's not too sweet. It's just the right amount of tanginess from the cream cheese. Magical. Now I'm thinking, what am I gonna do with this? I'm just showing you the frosting comparison, and I guess I'm gonna have to bake some cupcakes or something this afternoon to put this on top. So anyways, here we go with the final comparison. We have the jar anywhere between $179 and $466 cost, the homemade $364. So the jar is winning if you're not getting the Philadelphia whipped version, which will be easier to spread even than. So cost-wise, the store-boughts are gonna win. Flavor-wise, easy. Convenience, easy. The trick is making sure you set out the cream cheese and butter early enough so that it softens. And unless you want to have, if you don't have arthritis and you don't mind the elbow grease, you can do it in a bowl. If you have a hand mixer, that'll work, or the stand mixer with the whisk will get it nice and smooth and slightly aerated. I mean, it's a lot. It's a lot in there. It's definitely more than this jar. It's close to 1.5 times. I was pretty close on that guesstimate from when we were doing the ingredient breakdown. So not too bad. So homemade wins on this one. If you're in the kitchen baking, you might as well just whip this up, especially if you have a stand mixer, hand mixer, super easy to do. There we have it. If you're gonna give this a try, hit me up with a thumbs up. We need those likes. It tells YouTube that you learned something and that you're gonna give this a try, so then other people will be able to see our amazing video here of this homemade cream cheese frosting. I've gotta figure out now what I'm gonna go bake. I'm gonna go see what I have. I might just do a simple cupcake. Also subscribe to the channel. We're releasing new videos all the time, both in this Is It Really Worth It series, as well as budget cooking, hacks, tutorials, how to make dinner, all kinds of things. We are releasing new videos all the time. So definitely want to subscribe so you don't miss any of those. It's bye for now. I'm gonna go find something to bake to go with this, and I'll see you in the next video.